on a family vacation. Everybody is so excited for this. If you don't know about Vrbo, it's basically whole private vacation homes for your entire family. I feel like I'm still like high on life. We're having a game night right now.
It's really nice out here.
Check out the family chilling at the house while we're chilling in the lake.
I love this. I feel like I'm at a resort.
Finding a place the whole family will love is easy with Vrbo.
So I've got my essay written, and I've been working on it for about a week. So now I'm going to show you how I use Grammarly to edit. Okay, so here's my essay, and I'm going to click through Grammarly suggestions in the right panel. Your sentence may be unclear or hard to follow. Consider rephrasing. That's true. This is much better. You know, I didn't know my writing contained so many run-on sentences until I started using Grammarly. Okay, this pair.
All right, guys, Name is here bringing you a brand new to break the news into inform edge over the next guy. Controller on 5-millisecond response on people a little bit will be in the description below. All right, guys, so basically you're going to open up this link that is in the description below. Okay, now trust me, this isn't some weird program or anything like that. This is going to help you out a ton. You can trust me, right? Whenever I led you astray. So you're going to click this second link, okay, and then you're going to click download. All right, I'll just re-go through it with you guys. You're going to open this, right? Okay, guys, and then you're going to click driver and you're going to extract. Okay, now just click wherever you want to put it, but I put it on my desktop. All right, and then what that is going to do is that is going to put this folder on your desktop. So let me minimize these things for you guys. All right, so then once it's on your desktop, you're going to open this, okay? And in here, this will be basically what you're going to do. Or what you need to do to overclock your controller. You're going to open up this called setup right here, all right? And you're going to find your controller. So what you have to do is you click this drop down right here next to mice, right? You're going to click all, okay? And now your controller will say wireless controller, HID compliant game controller. At this point, you want to make sure that it is plugged into your PC, all right? And then you're going to click this, okay? And then you're going to click install service. So once the service is installed, you're going to click it and you're going to put it on 1000. All right, guys. So make sure you put it on 1000. Once you do that, you're going to click install service once again. And then you're going to click filter on device. All right, guys. Once again, click install service. Okay. And what you're going to do is you're going to unplug your controller like so. Bang. Controller is unplugged. I'm going to plug it back in. And when it pops back up, it should say yes 1001 and wireless controller. That's what these numbers should say. And if this isn't at 1, make sure that you put that onto 1, but it should automatically change to 1. Okay, guys? But basically that's all you need to do. So we can run through it once again. So when you extract that to your home page, to your desktop, you're going to click setup. You're going to go to all. You're going to go to your controller. You're going to click filter on device. 1000 install service, and then you're going to unplug your controller, plug it back in to make sure when you plug it back in that it pops up like that. And basically what that means is it's going to be set to 1 millisecond. It's going to respond as fast as possible, and your controller is now overclocked. You don't even have to open up this program every time you get on the game. All you have to do, that is going to put this folder on your desktop. So let me minimize these things for you guys. All right, so then once it's on your desktop, you're going to open this, okay? And in here, this will be basically what you're gonna do or what you need to do to overclock your controller. You're gonna open up this called setup right here, all right? And you're gonna find your controller. So what you have to do is you click this drop down right here next to mice, right? You're gonna click all, okay? And now your controller will say wireless controller, HID compliant game controller. At this point, you want to make sure that it is plugged into your PC, all right? And then you're going to click this, okay? And then you're going to click install service. So once the service is installed, you're going to click it and you're going to put it on 1000. All right, guys? So make sure you put it on 1000. Once you do that, you're going to click install service once again. And then you're going to click filter on device. All right, guys, once again, click install service. Okay. And what you're going to do is you're going to unplug your controller like so. Bang. Controller is unplugged. I'm going to plug it back in. And when it pops back up, it should say yes, 1001 and wireless controller. That's what these numbers should say. And if this isn't at 1, make sure that you put that onto 1, but it should automatically change to 1. Okay, guys? But basically, that's all you need to do. So we can run through it once again. So when you extract that to your home page, to your desktop, you're going to click Setup. You're going to go to All. You're going to go to your controller. You're going to click Filter on Device, 1000, Install Service. And then you're going to unplug your controller, plug it back in to make sure when you plug it back in that it pops up like that. And basically what that means is it's going to be set to 1 millisecond. It's going to respond as fast as possible and your controller is now overclocked. You don't even have to open up this program every time you get on the game. All you have to do is make sure that you do that one time, and if your controller ever feels a little bit laggy or something like that, just reopen the program.
take it one tot at a time, you know? Protect the burger, get back to fundamentals. I'm just gonna eat 110%. Me, I'm looking for a low mileage SUV with the V8. Excuse me, you have any V8 SUVs, bro?
Bro, I've got a sick SUV that could measure a never be ignored at a dealership again.
V8. Yeah? Nice.
Your car entirely online on Verona. Your hand is mine. Let's take another way.
Are you a holiday? Me and David can make good nails for Christmas delivery. Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less? You can with GoodRx. The free app that gives you discounts at your local pharmacy. If a customer is about to pay a high price, I have them check GoodRx, even if they have insurance. You can also compare prices. Your doctor send it where it's the lowest. And it works at over 70,000 pharmacies across the country.
I use GoodRx at home.
I use it at Kroger.
Hey,
This is it. Before you top up your prescription, just check the app. Pick on your prescription. Check GoodRx.
Want a lawn that looks like this, but your lawn looks a little bit more like this? Then you should click right here and check out.
So I'm not gonna lie, boys, when I heard about overclocking controllers, I thought I was getting trolled. I thought it was an absolute joke.
Yeah, man. So she's got a Core i7 overclocked to 5 gigs. She's water cooled, of course. 16 gigs of RAM on reverse timing. SCLI GPUs on a Jank John motherboard. I mean, tip to tit, she's custom and ready for action, bro.
However, the only joke is how much input delay or lag is introduced to a controller when you plug it into a PC. I'm gonna show you guys how to get set up quick, easy, and free. Show you guys this mod working on a PlayStation 4 controller, Xbox One, PlayStation 5 DualSense, as well as a Switch Paddle Pro style controller. And then I'm also going to give you guys a couple of workarounds in case you run into any issues. And these are things that I wish were mentioned in some of the other tutorials out there on YouTube. Let's get it. Alrighty guys, so what is overclocking controllers? It's basically updating the drivers that Windows 10 uses in order to communicate with your controller, so you reduce your input lag from about 10 milliseconds, which is still relatively quick, down to 1 millisecond, which is almost real time or lag free. So why exactly would you want to overclock a controller? Well, a controller is the default input means for a console, a PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox One, Series, or Nintendo Switch, as were a Windows 10 PC or Mac if you're one of the 6 people that games on a Mac. The default input device for those is going to be a keyboard and mouse, so there is no need to overclock because drivers are already optimized for the lowest possible input delay plus lag. It's called delag. It's a new thing, boys. But when you plug a controller into the front or back of your tower, as many gamers do, for example, look at Nick Merckx, he's on PC, but he prefers to play with a controller. Nothing wrong with it. It's a personal preference thing. However, it introduces lag or delay that isn't initially there on the console. Now, in practice, consoles also have a small amount of input delay or lag. However, when you plug it into a Windows 10 PC, then that effect is basically stacked, increasing it up to 10, 15, or even 20 milliseconds of delay, which is quite noticeable. And in my opinion, more importantly than just being more responsive in peak situations in certain scenes or scenarios, it actually increased consistency to where there's very, very little variation or deviation between the fastest millisecond delay and the lowest. So it's a lot more consistent across the board. So enough jaw jacking and lip smacking. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen over here. So what you are going to do is go to this website right here. This will be linked in the description below. I have tested it myself. I have installed it on my PC, and I have also scanned it with 2 antivirus and / anti-malware programs, and it comes up completely clean. So from here, you're going to click on this link here, not the FN, but the FZIP file, and you are going to click on download right here. Now, I saved it to the desktop, which I recommend you do, so it is easy to find. And then from the desktop, it's going to be a zip file. You are going to right click, extract all, and basically just extract it right to the desktop. It will automatically make a folder, as you can see right here. Now you are going to go into this folder that says driver, and you are going to run the setup.exe. Now, I would recommend right-clicking on it and running it as an administrator. This will make sure that there are no compatibility issues and that it does indeed give you all the full administrator accesses that you need. Now, no devices are recognized here. We're going to click on this drop down here, and you are going to select all. Now, when you plug in a controller, as we are going to go one by one, and I'm going to plug in all those controllers that you saw during the intro to show you that they do indeed work, and show you guys how to activate this mod, I guess you could call it. Now, in order to make this window easier to read, you can full screen it if you want, and also I do recommend pulling over the child's names. I don't know why they don't just call it device name, but we all have children now. The child's names over here. Hopefully you guys are all caught up on your child support payments and whatnot. So generic controllers, which like I said includes PlayStation 4 DualShock 4 controllers, will be shown as audio input, headset, microphone, blah 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 blah, wireless controller. Basically the keywords you're going to look for is wireless controller, HID compliant game controller. Now, what you are going to do, you are going to click on that device and you are going to hit install service. When you do this the first time, this will be at default, and this box that says filter on device will be unchecked. You will click install service. Then you will come over here, select 1000. This will still be unchecked. Click install service again. Then click this box for filter on device. Then press install service a third and final time. So one little workaround that I wish was mentioned in other YouTube tutorials showcasing this mod here, and I didn't see it anywhere else. I had to dig through some forums to actually find this information. So I was having an issue where it let me select 1000, install the service, but as soon as I clicked this box for filter on device, it would pop up with a window saying this device might become unusable if you do this. And then when I selected yes and pushed through the update, it would go completely red for the device, and it just would not recognize the device. It was basically unusable. So the way to get around this is basically restart your PC and press either F4 or F2 generally to get into your BIOS menu on your motherboard. For an Alienware PC, if you have an Alienware laptop or desktop like an R11, you're gonna press F2, just spam it a bunch, and it's gonna pop open the BIOS menu, and then you are gonna turn off Safe Boot. For a Alienware / Dell PC that is in security tab, and then you are going to go to startup, and then there's a drop down box. You're going to disable secure boot. On an MSI motherboard, the majority of them, it's going to be F4. So on my custom built PC that I just sold recently, it was F4 to get into the BIOS menu, and then from there you are going to go to boot options in the BIOS menu, and you are going to deactivate secure boot. And that immediately fixed this problem, and I was a little worried. I was like, should I leave that on? That sounds kind of sketchy. Secure boot sounds important. I've done a ton of research on it, and it seems it does no damage to have that off. So that's the workaround there. Also, like I did mention, you want to run this as an administrator. You do want to make sure that you unzip this folder. Do not try and run the program zipped, as that can cause issues. And also, you do want to make sure if it is a controller that does have driver updates, for example, like the PS5 DualSense 5 controller, whenever you turn on a DualSense 5 controller on the PS5, it'll pop up and tell you there's a firmware update available. Same thing on the Xbox One. You want to make sure that you have the latest software installed for the controller before you do this, because when you go to install that next update or firmware patch, it'll basically undo this and you'll have to redo it. Then you are going to unplug your controller.
If you're an Oklahoma homeowner that pays more than $67 a month for electricity, you may
and plug it back in. And now you will see that your controller automatically will default when plugged in to being filtered, yes, at a polling rate or refresh rate, communicating with your PC 1,000 times, and a 1 millisecond BL interval, which is basically your milliseconds of delay or lag. I keep wanting to say delag. It's a new thing I've spoken into existence. So from now on, delay/lag. You got a weak old janky mouse from your family's porn computer in the basement, it's got a lot of delag on that bad boy. So we now know that this Hex Gaming PS4 controller over here works just fine. By the way, thank you Hex Gaming for sending this out. That will be linked down there in the description below. But how about this Big Juan paddle controller for the Switch? Also, thank you guys for sending this out. Go ahead and plug that bad boy in. That's got to be one of the coolest things about having a YouTube channel, is getting sent free shit. All right, so this is popping up as an Xbox 360 controller for Windows, and as you can see, yes, it's being filtered, 1,000 polling rate, and 1 millisecond of delay or lag, or delag, as we like to say around here. Next up, we're going to plug in this Cyberpunk 2077 edition Xbox One controller, one of my favorites for my collection, to be 110% honest. I don't play with it too much because I'm trying to keep her in mint condition. I do still have the original box and everything, because I feel like this controller, being the last limited edition colorway or theme that is going to be offered on the Xbox One, as all the new controllers are going to be the Xbox Series S and X style like this controller in about 5 to 6 years will have tremendous value, calling it now. So bam, this one is showing up as Xbox One controller, X input compatible device. Yes, 1001. No delag on that bad boy. All right, plugging into the USB-C port in the front of my PC, and then plugging into the USB-C port on the top of the DualSense 5 over here, which, by the way, we did customize on this channel. She's a real McBanger, little holiday extravaganza, or as I like to call this one, my sack of goodies. Sure enough, it's going to show up as a wireless controller, HID compliant game controller, and as you can see, those are in effect there as well. So how did this actually work? What were my results gaming with this? Now, first of all, I will say right off the bat that generally I play console games with a controller and I play PC games with a keyboard and mouse. I recently, well, I guess depending on how you want to look at the word recently, I would say about 3 years ago, I made the transition when playing competitive first-person shooters to play them on PC and get used to keyboard and mouse, as I was somebody that had been born and raised as a console player. And once you get proficient and you get used to keyboard and mouse, you literally feel like you have some kind of a performance handicap, and it is incredibly less responsive to aim with 3/4 of an inch with your right thumb versus about 6 to 8 inches of controllability with your wrist, elbow, and entire arm with a mouse. But I will say the main thing I noticed was, one, the consistency, that I consistently felt more accurate. The second one would be, it almost seemed more sensitive, to where I had to bump down my aiming sensitivity a little bit, just because there was my inputs seemed instantaneous, which is weird because you don't really notice that there was input lag or delay before, but once you do this modification or run this script, if you will, you do notice how much quicker your inputs are. It's almost like when you reduce your dead zone. So as soon as you go off center and start aiming, there's, you know, it's not like it starts registering right there or anything. It's like as soon as you start turning the stick, it's instantaneously registering your movements. That's kind of the sensation that you get here. It's not going to make you the next Shroud. You're not all of a sudden going to be Tfue. You're not going to be getting a call from FaZe Clan like, hey, did you just mod your controller? Yeah, join our squad, please.
Yeah, hi, is this Billy Bond Bronson? Hey, I heard you just unlocked your controller on Windows 10, so you're officially ready to fuck with the big boys.
$200,000 signing deal. Yep. 2-year contract. For something that only takes about 5 minutes to install, is free and very easy. I noticed the difference, and
I signed us up for the 2 o'clock and the 4 o'clock, so back to back. Tomorrow's back to solos.
You don't think the 4-1 is too late?
It'll be over by 5:30.
Or so?
Yeah.
Or 2?
Um. Go Holly. Down rise on eagle's wings.
You got people?
Uh-huh. I see at least 3, 4. And then there's other shoots coming in. Are you kidding me?
What?
I don't have a gun and a purple crow lands right beside me.
They're at Blue House.
Not today, Spanky. Not today. I just killed 3 people.
Footsteps? Not shaking?
someone else.
Yeah, partners back to the west for the first guy. I don't see him.
I do. Got him.
Okay.
Is that you?
Yeah. Okay, just so you know, I have a green combat AR with 50 bullets. So,
Okay.
not going to be real good for distance. Yet.
Blue AR in this vending machine.
Oh, okay.
Roach, I'm running.
I'm carrying 6 minis and 6 splashes.
Shots southeast.
Okay, I gotta catch up.
They're in this anomaly. I don't think it's a monster one. I think it's just normal.
Well, let's go kill him.
They're fighting the boss that spawns in it.
I knocked one. He's on me. Got him.
Nicely done. Pick up the cubes. Pick up the cubes.
I'm running. Ooh, I'm
Almost.
lagging.
Practically halfway done. Did you get enough ammo?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Person on the dock.
Gliding. Over here.
Yeah. Oh. Ah.
He's right above you. Yeah.
Oh. Shaking.
Gliding. He got me. You need minis?
Yeah. Footsteps.
Go ahead, take those minis. And then I'm gonna use these splashes.
Where you gotta go? On the roof. white.
Oh! Well, that was a good match, though. That was a good warm-up.
It's 157.
Alright, going back to lobby.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Shadow and Absolute. Two of them. Oh, Noob to Pro is in here again.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, maybe today's our day. I had 5 kills in a solo match and then 7 kills in that match.
I recognize a lot of these names. I don't know. We'll just have to see.
Yep. Just gotta do our best.
Ah. How weird.
What?
This time for me, your stream is showing up black. It's black screen.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. Let me try refreshing. Yeah, there we go. I just had to close out of it and open it back up.
Okay. Alright, I'm readying up.